Hi everyone. Hey, I just wanted to jump on. I'm making banana bread today. So I just wanted to jump on and share some little tips and healthy things and the recipe which I use. It's a really bit of a drizzly day today. So I thought, it's nice and yummy to have beautiful banana bread. So I wanted to share with you some hints and tips as well. Okay, so I brought down the recipe onto the Thermomix and it is actually simply called banana bread. It's really yummy. It's got a huge rating as well. So it's a very nice bread. So, all right, I'm just going to, so before I start, little hint and tip, before you start, you can actually have a look at what the ingredients are. So for this particular recipe, we've got butter, which is awesome. I've got my ripe bananas. Now, I'm not sure about you, but my bananas go off. Oh, hi, thanks for watching. Hey, Deb. My bananas go off super quickly here in Brisbane. So I actually freeze them once they become really ripe. So what I've done, I've actually frozen them and I've got my bananas here ready to go. So I've got some bananas. I've got 2 eggs, caster sugar, plain flour, baking powder, salt, bicarb, vanilla, and buttermilk. Now, I'm not sure about you, but I'm always one of those people that go, oh my God, I forgot the buttermilk. Okay, so you can actually make your own buttermilk. All right, I'm going to show you. So what you do, it is super easy. You can use a tablespoon of vanilla or you can use lemon juice. So today I'm just using lemon juice and it is so easy. So I'm just going to grab a spoon. Here we go. So all you need is a tablespoon. So I hope everyone's enjoyed their Easter. So getting back into it. All right, so just adding in just a little tablespoon. So that's all you need, just a tablespoon of lemon. There we go. Tablespoon of lemon, and grab your milk. Now, if you want, so you can actually use, I'm using cow's milk, and then I'm just gonna top it up. So it asks for, what are we up to? 100 grams. So I'm actually just going to pour it in. I'm actually going to make something else with buttermilk, so I'm going to put in a little bit extra. So I'm going to make a cup. All right. There we go. So that's all you need is just a little bit of vinegar. I'll pop this back in the fridge. A little bit of vinegar or a little bit of lemon juice. Just give it a stir. And I'm going to set that aside. Okay. There we go. Alrighty, now, all right, let's get cooking. So now I am going to make this one refined free, sugar free. And the way I do that is I actually use dates as well. All right, so let's start cooking. All right, preheat the oven to 180. There we go. I love how it just steps you through every single step, which is awesome. Okay. Grease and line a tin. Okay, I've got that there ready to go. All right, now we're going to pop in our bananas. So as I mentioned before, so I'm going to tear that off. When you take the lid off, you can tear it off. As I mentioned before, mine are actually frozen, being here in Brisbane. So I'm going to see how much I've actually got. I do have more, if needs. There we go. Oh, 320, that'll be close enough. There we go. Approximately 4 bananas. Now, this is where it gets a little bit different. So in the recipe, it actually asks, and I'll just show you. So up the top here, you can actually come into here and say recipe detail. So if I come back down here and have a look at the sugar content, it's 150 grams of caster sugar. So what I want to do, to continue, what I want to do is add in 150 grams of dates. All right, so what you can do, tap on that little guy here, turn on your scales, okay, pour in your dates. You can do this with your TM5 as well, if you have the TM5. There we go. Put in a few extra. And what I'm going to do, there we go, perfect, is blitz these all together. All right. There we go. Thank you. Sorry if I'm missing your messages. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching. And I will definitely respond if I don't see your messages pop up. All right. So, yes, I'm making banana bread today, but I'm making it sugar-free. So I'm using dates instead of caster sugar. And I've also made some buttermilk. So here's a little bit of buttermilk. And I'll explain that to you. It's sitting there Googling away. Okay, so we're going to go for 5 seconds, speed 6. Done. There we go. All right, so we say next. All right, next step is to actually pop in our butter. All right, so I'm just going to show you. Oh, now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you. So this is what, there's one little piece. See how there's one little piece that hasn't quite mushed up? Technical term. Okay, now remember, you're in charge. So if you need, at any time, you feel like you need to give it a bit more of a blitz, absolutely you can go back and you can just give it another go. Done. Okay, so remember, you're in charge. Okay, so even though the machine guides you, if you feel you have a preference that you prefer it to be better, look at that. Now it looks more like cream. More like ice cream. Yum. Okay. All right, so now we're going to add in butter. So yeah, so you're in charge. So even though it guides you, it is your preference as to how it turns out. All right, now I'm going to pop in some butter, softened butter, 130 grams. There we go. And I'm going to cut it up into cubes. You'll see me cutting it into cubes. You can see that. And that just helps it mix up better as well. There we go. There we go. Pop that in there. What are we up to? Oh, 130. I don't do that very often for those that see me. Oh, oh, I'm sorry about my dog barking. Hang on 2 seconds. Let me just say next. All right, so we've done that. Let me just put the lid on and I'm going to give that a blitz and I'm going to let the dog out. Hang on. I'll be back. All right. Tended to my dog. There we go, 2, done. Yay! I love it when my dog enjoys and joins in on my lives. There we go. Okay, so there we go. So now, isn't that beautiful? Okay, I'm going to scrape down the sides, although I don't need too much of a scrape down. Done. And say next. All right, now we're going to pop in some eggs. So if you've got any questions, please let me know. If I don't see them, I will definitely respond to you afterwards as well. If you've got any and feel free to message me as well. You're very welcome to message me. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. Okay, so 2 eggs go in and say next. Literally 10 seconds. Off it goes. That's a very good point. I do make my own butter, and when you do make your own butter, you get the buttermilk. So that's a fantastic point, Leanne. Yes, I just haven't today. I didn't have my cream, and I had some butter in the fridge. But yes, you can absolutely make your own butter using your Thermomix, and it is beautiful. I add in a little dash of salt, a little bit of salt to mine. Okay, so say next. All right, 220 grams. But I love that you can make everything yourself. So, and when you do make your own butter, you absolutely have buttermilk left over. And this is such a fantastic recipe to have, to make after, when you're looking for something to do with your buttermilk that's left over. So if you haven't given butter a go, please give it a go. It is so awesome. All right, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. There we go. 1. Oh, just enough. 2. There we go, and a little tiny pinch of salt. Like that. Okay, some bicarb. Just a teaspoon of bicarb. You don't want to be too overpowering. Bicarb can be quite overpowering. There we are. Okay, and now we add in our buttermilk. So check this out. Okay, This is amazing. It has, I don't know if you can see, but you know how buttermilk is quite lumpy, like it's curded? That's what's happened. So if you don't have your own buttermilk, simply try that trick. It is an awesome one. Okay, so 100 mils. So as I pour it in, it's going to count up for me. There we go. 105 will be close enough. Okay, pop in some vanilla and we're nearly done. It's so good. Now 2 teaspoons of vanilla. 1, 2. Pop the lid on. And this is where the magic happens. It's going to go for 20 seconds, speed 4, and then I'll show you the result. Okay, so it's mixing it all together, and up the top here, if you click on that and you go to recipe detail, it shows you what's coming next. Excellent, we're going to pop it into our, so I'll get my tin. So I love that you can do that when you're in the middle of a recipe. So you click on the little guy up the top here, you come into recipe detail. Instead of waiting around, you can actually see what's actually coming up on our next step. And we'll go back into, there's our next step. Okay, so this is where we were, we did our 20 seconds, and you can jump straight to that section in the recipe. All right, so what I'm gonna do is just gonna pop baking paper. You can grease your tin, but I'm being a little bit lazy and just popping in straight into the baking paper. All right. Oh, it looks so good. All right, here we go. Let me move this over a little bit so I can show you guys. You see that? Isn't that awesome? Okay, so then just tip this in. There we go. And that's going to go straight into the oven. Okay, don't want to wrinkle down our baking paper. And I'll just show you, if you, for those, you know, when you're trying to get all your mixture out and some gets left around the blades, let me just show you how to get rid of that as well. Because you want to get all that beautiful, yummy goodness out. Let me just smooth this off. All right, so it's looking really good, but let me just see if I get the rest of it. So using your spatula, okay, so your spatula is shaped a certain way. It actually is designed that shape to go particularly around the base of your bowl. All right, so you can get as much out as you can. All right, put that into your banana bread. There we go. But see how there's a little bit left around on the blades? All right. Instead of having to fight with it, wrestle it, and trying to get it off, what you can do, let me just turn this around so you can see it, push the home button, jumps you back to the screen, and literally just give it a quick blast. What it's going to do is flick everything off. There you go. Flick everything off the blades itself. Then you can jump, see how it's bookmarked it? You can jump back into your recipe. See what it does? Isn't that awesome? So that way you get all your mixture off, or most of your mixture anyway. There we go. We don't want to leave any of our goodness behind. There we go, and then we're done. Yay! There we go. And we're ready, and what I love as well, we say next is actually tells you this is exactly what I need it to be, the temperature, how long, and you're ready to go into the oven. So for 50 to 60 minutes at 180 degrees, and when it's ready, you can just put the skewer in just to make sure it's done. But that's our banana bread. So, and what we can do at the end, I'm gonna pop that in. In it goes. So that will be ready by 9:30 my time. Okay, what we can also do, serve warm, which I love, is there's a little bit left. So see how we managed to get most of the mixture out? Okay, I'm actually just going to show you. Now I'm done cooking. So I just put a little bit of water. So I've just put water to cover the blades. I'm going to swipe to the right, do my pre-clean, and say universal, and off it goes. All right, so that's now going to clean my bowl for me. I'm going to tidy up my bench, but I hope that has helped. Please let me know if you've got any questions whatsoever. I'd love to help, and I'll see you very soon. We'll do some cooking. All right, see you guys. Bye.